Today I'm gonna do Mob Wives, season 4, episode 8. It started off with Drita at the studio with her producer Anthony, I believe his name was, and he got a new song for her. He said the last song that she did was good. I didn't hear it, wasn't checking for it. I don't know. It's just something about when you're hitting 40 and trying to still be a woman rapper. I don't know. I just can't really get into that, especially what we see what Drita is, who she is. I just don't see her as this big ass rapper. So maybe she's just doing this shit as a hobby, just for fun. But no, I don't see it. Even when they played the track, I wasn't feeling the track. Maybe you gotta be from New York to feel that. I don't know. But then he tells her he wants to put Method Man on the track. And I'm sitting there like, why would Method Man want to be on something like this? Now, I understand you trying to get back out there. You're trying to be relevant. She's representing New York. And you know what I'm saying? She's like the fighter of the bunch or whatever. But I don't think that would be a good look for Method Man and Drita. I didn't think that was a good look for Method Man. I mean, for Drita and French Montana. So, I don't know. Maybe it's just me being from the West Coast, not seeing that shit, but I don't know. But if that's what you want to do, hey, whatever. Renee and Big Ange meet up. They at the park, or I think it was like a park or somewhere. They're walking and talking about the whole thing about Renee being a snitch, being called a snitch. She's pissed off, mad as fuck, want to fight type of shit. And I understand where Renee coming from, because like I said before, everybody know when it comes to snitching, no. I just don't see Renee for that. Even Big Ange was like, yeah, Renee is not the snitch. Like, we don't do that type of shit. So, I understood where they was coming from. Moving on from there. What else? Renee received a letter from... This is not going to be a long video, I'm telling you now. Renee received a letter from Junior. He getting out like in a year and a half, and I'm like, this motherfucker must have been doing some heavy snitching, because he just went to jail last year, and now you only got another year and a half. Like, what the fuck kind of information you gave up? Junior, what would you... You shouldn't even want to move back to New York, Staten Island, wherever the hell Renee live at. You, Jersey, wherever. You shouldn't even want to be on that side of the fucking world. Like, you should want to go to another country that you want to snitch. Why would you want to go back to your old stomping grounds? But he talking about how he want to be back with her, so she kind of spooked. AJ comes in. She want to read the letter to AJ. AJ like, look, if it's from my father, I don't want to hear that shit. I don't want to have nothing to do with that. She steady trying to read him. He like, damn, bitch, do you hear me? I don't want to have nothing to do with that. And I'm sitting there like, Renee, leave this boy alone. This boy really don't even want to be on the show. But I guess y'all giving VH1 giving him a check. So he like, shit, I got to make a couple of appearances. But he could really care less when it comes to her drama, the shit with Junior. He just like over it. And we see that with AJ. Like I said, I don't even know why you're on the show, but probably just for the check. Natalie and Logan meet up. I'm going to put both of their little segments in one. They met up and went to dinner. She didn't want to talk about the drama with the girl. She wants to talk about their relationship. She want to see, like, where they headed or whatever. She wants him to move to Philly. He just like, I'm taking this shit day by day. Because he live in New York. She live in Philly. So they have like a problem with a distance relationship or whatever. So she wants him to move to Philly. He like, I want to take this shit day by day. You know, he don't want to rush this. He like, bitch, you want me to move down here, get married, have a baby all in 1 week. So he like kind of feel the pressure. She looking stupid. And she talking about he needs to move down to Philly. So you're trying to show me that he doesn't have a stable job. So, because to me, she was like, I'm not moving from Philly. My family is here. I help my son with his homework here. I do this, I do that. Her business is there. So I'm like, okay, so you trying to tell us that he ain't got shit that he could just jump up and move and be with you because you feel like, okay, I'm not going to jump up and move with him, so he got to move here. So you telling me like, whatever job he do or if he have one is not as important as your job, so he need to fucking make that move. Baby girl, a lot of times it's not like that. I'm just telling you like that right now. A lot of times when you trying to deal with a relationship, most of the time the woman moves to where the man is. Especially when you trying to make your relationship work and a lot of your family be up in your business. So usually a lot of women move to where they man is so they can get a fresh start and stuff like that. So you might want to think about that too. I'm not trying to say jump up and leave your career for this man. That's not what I'm saying. It's just sometimes you have to compromise. So if you want this relationship to work, both of y'all need to compromise. It's not just, oh, I'm not moving, I'm not leaving. Maybe you could start up a funeral home in New York and y'all have 2 family businesses and make more money. I don't know. But like I said, I'm starting to like Natalie. I don't like Alicia. I'm starting to like Natalie. But baby girl, your segments were boring this time. She met up with him in a hotel. They like to meet up in hotels. I don't know. I just tuned their segment out because it was boring. Next it was, okay, I got them, whatever. Natalie and Alicia, they talk about Renee. And Alicia's on this whole thing about Renee being a snitch, and she said she went to her friends and was telling her friends stuff that fed them information to feed other people and yada yada yada. You know, just straight ass gossip, girl gossip, whatever. So then she said that she called Renee to meet up so they could talk about it, squash their beef or whatever. Then she looks on, somebody sent her a tweet or something that Renee did. I guess she ain't following her, but somebody else that she knows following Renee. Sent her a tweet that Renee put out, something about people want to play the victim. She damsel in distress. Is the damsel in distress thing is getting old. People need to own up to their shit. Yada yada yada. So you could think that it was towards her because of all of the drama. Okay, was it wrong for Renee to go to Twitter? Yes, it was, but we'll get into that. So, you know, Drita feels some kind of way and all the time. My thing is, with Drita, you all of a sudden just so best friends with Natalie and Alicia. Kind of rubs me the wrong way. Now, I'm not tripping that you clicked with them and then y'all friends. But for you to click with them and then y'all gossiping about your other homegirl is my problem. My thing is, when she came to you and said all this shit, you should be like, girl, you and Renee need to get that shit squared away. Y'all need to talk. But for you to be egging that conversation on, that don't show loyalty whatsoever. And I like Drita, but it just doesn't show loyalty because it feels like whoever circle she in, that's who she talk about. When she's with Big Ange and Renee, and they talking about Natalie, she don't go hard and be like, oh, well, y'all, you know, she don't say y'all need to talk. She be all up on Renee's side and be like, well, yeah, because she getting that information. Then when she gets to Natalie, she like, well, yeah, but you supposed to be both of their friends. So you should be like, you know what? Y'all got issues. Y'all need to work on that. Y'all need to talk about that. But to egg that shit on is just like rubs me the wrong way with Drita. I just hate when friends do that type of shit. If I got a friend and she got a problem with another one of my friends, yes, I'm going to listen because that's what friends do. They listen to another friend then or whatever. But when it comes to giving comments, no. I'm be like, girl, y'all crazy. Y'all need to work that shit out. Y'all need to talk. Stuff like that. But to give comments and be like, well, ooh, she wrong as fuck. And you don't do that. Sorry. Just don't do that. Now, I know family might do that, but that's wrong as shit too. I'm just saying it's wrong. So, whatever, moving right on along from them. After that, Renee and her friend Carla meets up and talk, because you know she spooked about this damn letter. So they meet up and talk. They meet up about the junior and his letter and all that kind of stuff. They talk about Alicia, and this where it got interesting for me because Alicia don't tell the whole fucking story. She only tell what she want the cameras to hear, and then all her secrets be coming the fuck out. Carla says she is still friends with Eddie. She's still friends with Eddie's family. She's cool with all of them. She was like, homegirl, Alicia be telling Eddie not to be her friends, but they've been friends for so long, he's not going to stop being her fucking friend. And I'm like, bitch, take that shit up with your husband and stop being mad at Carla. Take that shit. Come on now. Like, this bitch got so molded through this whole, she thought she was going to bring out so much about her and she was going to be this good girl, and then all these secrets came out about her, and now she trying to backpedal and act like she didn't know shit and all this kind of stuff. Girl, you shouldn't have got on this show. Reality shows, people should not get on because all their secrets just fucking come out and then they be looking stupid. Just don't work. But I was laughing when Carla was like, I'm still friends with him. This bitch ain't stopping nothing. And my thing is, Carla's about that life, so that's interesting to Eddie. You're not about that life, so he'd be able to probably talk to her about shit that you ain't talking to him about, or you probably think you this goody two shoe, and we'll get to that by the end of the segment. You think that you this goody two shoe, so hey, like I said, I don't like Alicia, so everything she getting to me is just like aha boo boo. That's what you get. I don't know. It's just something about her that rubs me the fucking wrong way. Especially when you think you better than somebody else. It rubs me the wrong way. Yeah, she might be the mob wife, but she looked like the mob wife that thought she was better than the bitches that grew up in the hood and was cool with all the dudes in the hood. So now she the new girl coming in, so she feel like he shouldn't have no friends. Bitch, he grew up with these girls. So they gonna always be around. Just saying. Drita and Big Ange, they meet up to talk about the drama. They kind of over the drama. They wish everybody would just get along and talk. Drita tells Big Ange about the Twitter shit. Big Ange is like over the Twitter shit. She just like, people need to put them damn phones down. It's cool to say, hey, we gonna be here. We going out here. You meet me at the Drunken Monkey. All that kind of stuff. But when it gets to get on the phone, talking about girl this, girl that, girl I'll kick your ass, who you talking about, all these subliminals, then it's a problem. And I totally agree with that. If you look at my Twitter, I'm retweeting somebody's stuff because I like to promote other people. I might say where I'm going or something like that. Instagram picture might get put on Twitter. But as far as me going back and forth with somebody, hell to the no. Never will happen. Not gonna happen. I'm not gonna waste my fucking energy. If a bitch came at me and say, bitch, I'm talking to you. I don't do subliminals. I don't do internet gang banging, bitch, especially if you got my number. I don't do internet gang banging. So I get what Big Ange was saying, like these bitches got each other number. What they doing all up on these social medias for anyway? First of all, they ain't fucking kids to be internet gang banging, so. So anyway, after all of that, Big Ange, Renee and Alicia finally meet up at a restaurant or whatever. They like, Renee is like, look, I know we can agree that there's some issues between us and we need to talk or whatever. So she was like, Renee was like, I know I've had conversations about you, but nothing was malicious when we talked about you. She was like, well, if you speaking of my case, you talking about me and you shouldn't be talking about my case. She was like, girl, your case is in the fucking streets. Everybody talk about your case. And I was just like, I can see that. Bitch, you got a high profile case. You think people in the streets ain't talking? Some people want to know if their names is up in the bullshit. So everybody trying to probably figure out what's going on, who name is in what, who can they go back and be like, watch your back on this. Come on now, girl. She was just like, when you talking about, you heard wiretap, she was like, you know what, my bad. I shouldn't have said the taps or the whatever. She was like, I heard conversation. So Renee kind of backpedaled on that or whatever, but she, like I said, she was like, yeah, we have had, everybody have had conversations about this case. We all talk about this shit. So she was mad. She was mad at, she was like, you know, I don't know why you mad at me. She was like, I don't get why you mad at me. Ever since the shit with Karen and the shit with Carla, then all of a sudden you taking it out on me. And I see that. The shit with Karen, yeah, I think they squared that away. But ever since the wiretaps came out, she have had a little beef with, old girl. She's mad that Eddie is still fucking with the ex-girlfriend. She's mad that, Renee is still Carla's friend. And she like, look, bitch, I've been Carla's friend all my life, well, for years. I've been Eddie's friends for years. Like, come on, this is motherfuckers we grew up with. And you expect because you fucking Eddie now, I can't be friends? Bitch, you don't roll like that in the hood. It doesn't roll like that. And I totally agree. Just because a new bitch come in the hood, don't mean you don't talk to the ex-girlfriend no more. Girl, it don't, you better learn the rules of the streets. I'm just saying. Learn the rules of the fucking streets, Alicia, or stay the fuck up out of them. So then, Renee was mad because Alicia called her a snitch or whatever. She was like, you know, you trying to make it seem like I'm a rat, like I went to the papers. And Alicia did. She did do that. She was like, well, when you talking to your friends, that is snitching. No, you did make it seem like, I thought I saw something. But you did make it seem like that she went to the papers when you saw all that shit in the papers. You tried to make it seem like Renee was the one going to the papers. But she was like, well, when you talking to your friends, that is like snitching and all this kind of stuff. And I'm sitting there like, bitch, that's not snitching. That's gossip. Know your definitions. That's not snitching. Come on now. So Renee was like, well, you know, that's a big no-no in my house to be saying that type of shit. That's some fucking foul shit. And I get what Renee's saying. Bitch, you can't label nobody that, especially on national TV. Get your feelings hurt. I'm just saying, because snitches get stitches and So Alicia was talking about she crossed the line. Renee was like, bitch, you crossed the line. So then they talk about the damn Twitter beef. And Renee was like, bitch, that wasn't about you. She was like, well, yeah, I think it was about me. She was like, well, if you think that was about you, that's on you. She was like, maybe you got some shit in your closet you need cleaned out, but that was not about you. And she was like, well, Alicia was just like, well, you could just bring it. You can bring it. If you wanted to play this game, we could play. You could just bring it. And I'm sitting there like, girl, boo. Then she was like, well, did you have a conversation about me having a boyfriend? Renee was like, yes, I had a conversation about you having a boyfriend. It wasn't like Renee brought it up. Somebody, I guess they was having a conversation, and Renee was in that conversation. She was like, yeah. She was like, well, she owned up to something. I'm like, well, if she owned up to that, boo, I think Renee would have owned up to all the other shit. I don't think Renee is lying. Now, Renee could be over the fucking top and dramatic and all that kind of stuff. But with this conversation, it's just something in me just believe Renee. And Alicia just trying to start drama where it's none. She just really trying to start some shit. And I guess to keep a storyline going. Or she nervous because she going to jail. I don't know. But, like, whatever. So they brought up the room, and she was like, well, I don't have a boyfriend, but if I wanted a boyfriend, Eddie knows. And I'm like, girl, shut up. Shut up. So then she was talking about, you want to know something? You want to know something? Eddie told me. Eddie told me about all the women. Back up, bitch. Back that shit up. Because if you look at episode maybe 2 or 3, when it first came out about this, she was talking to Big Angie and them about she didn't know about the women, and she didn't know he was cheating on her and all this kind of stuff. Back that shit up, bitch. Come on now. 1 minute is, oh, you didn't know about the women, and then it was, oh, Eddie told me about all the women. You confusing me. You confusing me. Did he tell you about all the women after the wiretaps? I'm just saying, after you heard the wiretaps, is that when he finally confessed to you? Now that all the drama and the gossip is already up in the fucking streets? Girl, boo, trust me, your shit been up out there. You just now learning about a lot of shit, trust. I'm just saying, being from the streets, you'll know some shit. I'm just, I bet you his side bitch knew more about his business than his main bitch, I'm just saying. And usually that's how it goes. And you just was stuck in the house looking stupid. So then they kept on arguing, whatever, and Renee was talking about how she thinks she a goddess, and she was like, I am a goddess, I am a goddess, and I'm like, yeah, this is what makes me think that you think you better than the hood girls that grew up with Eddie, and you're getting molded. His loyalty is lying with the hood bitches, and you're going to go to jail by yourself. So they kept arguing, and I liked how Renee just handled this bitch at the end and went off on her and was like, bitch, I don't talk about you. You're not that interesting. And you're not, Alicia. I wish you finally realized that. You're not that interesting. She was like, bitch, you have more gays than the dudes I know in the neighborhood. So, no, I don't roll with you. I don't like you. Bitch, she was basically like, bitch, I was fucking with you because of my homeboy. But other than that, bitch, you can kick motherfucking rocks. And she got her from the table and she left. And I was like, yes, leave that bitch sitting there looking stupid. Leave her looking motherfucking stupid. And like y'all said, I don't too much be up on Renee's side, but with this argument, I think is very petty, and I think it's getting drug on for too motherfucking long. I'm just saying, it's just something about Alicia that's just trying to drag this on and keep a storyline. And to call Renee a snitch, and we all know Renee don't do that, kind of rub me the fucking wrong way. Leave that drama to Renee and Natalie or something, because at least their drama was more interesting. Even though it was petty as shit, at least theirs was more interesting. Next week, I think everybody's going to get mad because Renee is not going to go to Natalie's Halloween party. But I'm sitting there like, why? Why? I mean, they don't get along. Why would have went to that party either? Bitch, we both still got animosity. Why would I come up in your face and smile at you knowing I still got issues with you? I don't know. It's just crazy. That's my review for My Wife's episode, season 4, episode 8. Tell me what you guys thought about it. We all don't have to be in the agreement on my reviews. Trust and believe that. Just as long as you don't be disrespectful in the comments, I'm cool with that. We don't agree with everything. Because I have noticed a lot of my comments, some of the people that they don't agree with a lot of things that I say, and I'm cool with that. Shit, it's my opinion, it's your opinion. We still cool. But let me tell you one thing. My cousin, get over it. Look at the damn title of my channel. It's called The Ghetto View. I'm gonna cuss. Oh well, some of these ratchet ass shows make you cuss. Now, in my everyday life, do I cuss like this? No. Because I don't deal with this shit in my everyday life. So, for all the people that be tripping that I curse a lot about these shows, that's what you get when you watch my show. I'm not going to say, oh well, but I'm just going to let you know. That's what you get when you watch my show. So, yeah. That's all I have for today. Make sure you follow me on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, Google+. Everything that I do by The Ghetto View, THA, not THE. For all of you that's calling me Miss Ghetto View, I don't mind. I love it. I don't mind. I don't have a problem with it. But if you really want to know my name or want to call me something, I'm not going to tell you my birth name unless you're my real friend, like Facebook friend. But my name is Miss Nika, MIZZNEKA. If you guys want to say, hey Miss Nika, no problem. But The Ghetto View, I don't mind you guys calling me, you know, The Ghetto View or whatever. I just want to let you know what everybody call me, so you won't always be like, well, what is her name or anything like that. This is to my new subscribers, because if you look at my old videos, it lets you know that I have another Instagram that says Miss Nika. So if you want to follow me on my other Instagram, Miss Nika, MIZZNEKA 69, follow me on there and follow me on my Ghetto View Instagram. I'll follow you back, no problem. Talk to me, I'll talk to you. Tomorrow I'll be here to do Real Housewives of Atlanta and Blood, Sweat, and Heels. Alright, if you guys have any rant topics you want me to get through by tomorrow or next week or whatever, if you have any rant topics that you want me to talk about, let me know. I'll get them through this week. I'm getting back better from my migraine, so I'll get some more videos out. I might just pick random topics this week and just do videos. If you guys don't mind me doing just random topic videos this week, let me know that too. Alright, peace.